Minneapolis is a city that taught America how to march, how to kneel, how to say a man's name out loud when the system wanted it whispered away. But over the past month, something familiar and uncomfortable has returned: the shadows. Welcome to Advocate with Dr. Rufus Love. Remember, of course, to visit my podcast to see the full presentation of this show and others on YouTube. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Shall we begin? Let's start with the contradiction. Minneapolis is not new to racial reckoning. This city has burned with moral outrage before it. It has filled its streets with protest signs, murals, promises, and pledges that said never again. And yet we are here again. Over the past month, we've seen racial double standards resurface, disparate responses to protests, selective outrage, swift condemnation when the wrong people speak loudly, and studied silence when power behaves badly. This isn't ignorance. This isn't confusion. This is choice. Shadow tolerance is the agreement we make with ourselves to not look too closely. It's when a society says, we don't approve of racism, but we're not going to disrupt our comfort to confront it. Shadows don't exist by accident. They exist because something is blocking the light. And in Minneapolis, the light has been selectively dimmed. When racial harm occurs but is rebranded as procedural, when discriminatory outcomes are explained away as unfortunate optics, when the victims are scrutinized harder than the systems that harmed them, that's not justice. That's failing. That's justice being managed. The hypocrisy of selective morality. Here that is. Peaceful protest is celebrated until it becomes inconvenient. For the current administration, it is very inconvenient to turn on the TV and rationalize protesters. Where's the love, they might ask? What's wrong with American citizens being shot in the streets in broad daylight like stray dogs, especially if they don't do what I say? Humanity is a concept reserved only for Trump lovers and Trump lovers only. Calls for accountability are applauded until they reach institutions with real power. Black anger is labeled dangerous, white aggression is labeled misunderstood, and neutrality is marketed as wisdom. That's not balance, that's bias in a business suit. Shadow tolerance allows leaders to say the right words while doing nothing that costs them anything. It allows cities to paint murals while maintaining policies. It allows people to post hashtags while opposing change. Why the shadows are comfortable? Well, let's first realize that the truth is uncomfortable, so shadows feel safer. Shadows allow plausibility or plausible deniability. They allow moral shortcuts. They allow people to benefit from inequity while condemning it rhetorically. Shadow tolerance is not loud racism, it's quiet permission, and Minneapolis, like many cities, has learned how to speak the language of justice while practicing the grammar of exclusion. So what are the costs? What's the cost of keeping this light dim? Here's the thing about shadows. They don't stay contained, never stay contained. When racism is tolerated in small ways, it metastasizes. When hypocrisy goes unchecked, trust collapses. When accountability is delayed, resentment grows. A city that once stood as a symbol of awakening risk becomes a case study in backsliding. The most dangerous moment for justice is not open hostility. It's comfortable forgetting. Let's turn the light back on. Shadow tolerance survives only when people stop asking hard questions. So here are a few Minneapolis and America must answer by way of questions. Who is protected and who is policed? Whose fear is treated as legitimate? Whose pain is treated as disruptive? Justice is not proven by what we say when the cameras are on. It's proven by what we confront when the lights are off. You don't defeat shadows by negotiating with them. You defeat them by turning on the light every time. This has been Advocate with Dr. Rufus Lowe. And as always, say what's hidden, challenge what's tolerated, and never get too comfortable in the dark.